Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy King Rich. And shoot, today we might got a little something slight, nothing major, just some 2K26 news. Let me click on it. 2K26 roadmap reveal. Hopefully they can give us some news that can, you know, let me know that y'all trying. And you ain't gotta be show me that you're doing everything, but let me see that you at least trying to give us something better than what you gave us this year, bro. Let's go ahead and skip through this.
Back
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
NBA
yeah.
2K26. We are going to be here live to take you through the new
Uh-huh.
on Gen New Year Nintendo Switch 2 that came out this year is part of Gen 9. There's
Cool,
double
cool. I don't really
double X
care. Just get to it.
watch. So you can keep what you can or also final in
Come
case
on
you
now.
can remember. So hope that gameplay. So think of today as an appetizer. And what that means is, to be really clear, we are not getting into the main courses of 2K26.
Okay, just show me that you're trying. I get it
Talk
in.
about
Oh, they got stacks
2K26,
back.
man. Got a few things I
They
just
got
found out
stacks
recently,
back.
and
Okay, shout out to them for
excited to
bringing
hear about
stacks
it,
back.
share it with you guys as well. So let's do it, baby.
Alright,
Yeah, so
come on.
Stacks just got a sneak peek of the sneak peek a little bit ago when we
Okay.
went live. So he has a
Okay.
list of everything we can talk about today. And now we're going to walk you through it together section by section. You
Alright,
feeling
let's
good
do it.
about
Get
this,
into
Stacks?
it. Come on.
Yeah, for sure, man. And why not just go ahead and dive right in it? You know what I'm saying? Let's start out with probably the thing that everybody want to know the most about: gameplay. And
Gameplay.
first we
Sure.
have rewarding skill-based gameplay. So Evan,
Rewarding
what does that mean?
skill-based
Rewarding
gameplay. Rewarding skill-based gameplay. Alright. So I'm gonna let them explain this because I'm gonna need a little bit more definition, but that so far sound Gucci.
skill-based.
All right, we're going to get right into it then. I hope everybody is paying attention because we are going to start off with a big topic and one that I know many in the community have shared a lot of thoughts on. It's
Okay.
been a very hot topic this year indeed. So today, what we want to share is that one of the dev team's themes was ensuring a skill-based gameplay experience where you feel more in control and you feel that what you're doing on the sticks, on the controller, is more reflected by what you're seeing on your screen.
Okay, so that really matters because you do not understand how many times got the controller right here. I do a step back and it do it twice, and I'm flicking it down once. Step back, it do it twice. Like I need to feel more control of my play. I do not need to feel like this is an AI generated game and it's making me do moves that I don't want to do. Come on now.
And that is an overall theme. So you're going to feel it across shot outcomes, blocks, steals, loose balls, rebounds, and more across just how gameplay feels this year.
Rebound.
Now, Stacks, I know we can't leave the community here with a broad theme and no details, so there are a couple things that we can say today.
All right,
So
let's
listen
hear it
closely.
then.
The first one, higher difficulties are going to play with green or miss jump shot timing. Now, when we say higher difficulties, that includes most competitive multiplayer modes that many of you all play. So in those modes, you're not going to see early or late releases going in on those difficulties, which I think is a very welcome news.
Honestly, I don't think in no modes. Like we shouldn't see in no modes anyways go in. It been too long that we seen like we've been green or miss. Like it needs to stay like that. Like there was no issue with it being green and miss, especially coming off of 2K24 where we had a pure green window. Now you going to 2K25 where you throwing an RNG and you trying to get no like because that's not rewarding skill based. Like if you miss your shot and you miss timing it, don't give nobody a white. It's a green. It should be just strictly green and miss in every mode. Like I like to hear that though, but it should be like that in every mode.
News to many of you. Second thing, the shot meters and the dunk meters are both going to show you your green windows in 2K26. That was a point of feedback that came up a lot, and even as the year went on, I kept
should
seeing
never
that
got
many
taken
weren't
out.
getting used to the new 2K25
Should
shot
never got
meters,
taken out.
especially slashers. Gave that feedback a lot. So in 2K26, the meters are going to have the green windows again.
So from what I got from that, boy, we finna be meter dunking like a motherfucker. It finna be meter dunks everywhere. The motherfuckers finna be meter dunking from the free throw line. We might see 2K23 ish when it comes to the meter dunking. And seeing how bad it was this year, we might see 2K23 meter dunk this year. And 2K23 meter dunk was crazy, but I also think it was because of that badass paint defense. Like you couldn't get a block on that.
One more thing here. Layup timing is going to be permanently enabled in multiplayer mode. So that means you're not going to be seeing real player percentage layups go over you anymore with someone that's just tapping a button. All the layups need to be timed in those modes. But those of you who are newer to the game, we do want to clarify that you shouldn't think that you aren't going to be able to make a layup anymore. Because this is not meant to make it really hard for you to make your open layups, but rather to separate the really good finishers from the weaker ones, and definitely to make sure that there's more skill involved.
But also, I like that. I understand it. Like, I really didn't have a big issue with the real player because it really, like, the real player to me, it really didn't, like, affect, like, I don't think it was too OP. Like, I don't think it was OP. But cool, you want to make it more skill-based where you have the timing. But it's like, I seen people who was going down there making layups that was not even, like, supposed to be green. Like, they was making, and it's just because they had a high layup and they was easy able to time it. But it really wasn't seem like that was supposed to be timed. But I'm not mad at that. You know, I just hope that all this rewarding skill-based gameplay means RNG is out, and if I'm greening my jump shot, I'm greening my jump shot.
So, those are the three things that we have to share for gameplay for now. Green or miss shot timing, green windows on the shot meter and dunk meter, and layup timing being enabled. So, hopefully, those are all good news to you. I see the chat is happy, it seems. It seems like they are. And there is a lot more that we will be sharing later when we do our full gameplay breakdown. But for now, you'll have to be patient.
Things that, you know, throughout the year, the community was talking about and, you know, changes that they wanted to see be made. So it's good that we're finally getting those things in 2K26. With that being said, just a reminder for you guys too, the full this was just a small.
Exactly. Also, one last thing, by the way, Mike is not going to be answering questions.
I don't care about
you all,
Mike,
so we're going to wait until after the full reveal of these modes. Let the man work. With that said, what is next, Dax?
Yes, sir. Most anticipated, maybe not most anticipated, but highly anticipated. We're going to be talking a little bit about the My Player Builder. Right? I know a lot of people want to hear about that. First, we got build with new insights.
Okay.
Really wonder what that means, Devin. Break it down for us.
Build with new insights.
All right, let's explain this a little bit. So, obviously, one of the first things many of you do in 2K is you go into the builder and you experiment, right? Sure. That is such an important part of every 2K for you. And the dev team has taken time to add more previews and more quality of life improvements to that process.
Yeah.
So there's going to be multiple things that we can talk about later, but one example that we can share today of what that might mean is a nice little addition that you can now preview the body types that you'll be able to unlock right from inside the builder. Because I've seen many people make a build, they save it, then they go and check the body type.
I mean, that's cool, but I still just like the original way we been here to, like, I get to choose my body type. Like, let me choose my body type. I don't want to unlock it. Like, it shouldn't be capped at a certain way. Let me choose my type of body type. It should always be like that. We're in a video game, my boy. Like, it's a video game at the end of the day. Let me choose my own body type. Like, it ain't nothing major. I ain't finna be somebody who complaining on that. I really don't care. But I still feel like it should be something like that because it's a video game. But
types. And then if it doesn't have the ones they want, they back out, tweak it a little bit, check again, and repeat and repeat and repeat. That's kind of time consuming. So you will not have to do that anymore. You will be able to see the body types before you are done with your build. And that is just one example of some of the improvements to the builder, some of the quality of life upgrades that we're going to talk about more later in the summer.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So another one that I see here, staying on the topic of the My Player Builder, is fresh playstyles year round.
Fresh what?
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Fresh playstyles year round.
Yeah, so of all the feedback this year, it has been consistent that many people in the community love Capbreaker.
Hell
right?
Yeah.
In case you weren't locked into 2K25, you don't know what that is. What Capbreakers do is they allow you to improve your build even after you finish making it. So you can make the attributes even better, and then that unlocks the badges and animations, and then your build continues to stay fresh. So today, we can confirm that Capbreakers will be back in 2K26.
Yeah.
There will also be other new ways to improve your builds and earn those Capbreakers that we're going to talk about soon. The other thing that I saw a lot of positive feedback on this year was the take
Hold on.
Takeover
Let me go.
system,
Let me go. Let
where
me go.
you have 5 levels that eat up automatically. You don't need to activate it manually, and then a takeover ability at level 5. That system, at its core, is back, but it is more in depth now. So there are some new mechanics, and the progression is also streamlined. So unlocking takeovers and the pure amount of takeovers and special abilities or takeovers.
Okay, so I'm like, I ain't nobody who got a big issue with it, but I prefer just the regular takeovers where I knew like my takeover mean I got takeover and I'm finna like get in that mode. Either it's a lock takeover, I'm finna lock some shit up, shooting takeover, I'm finna shoot the fuck out the ball. Motherfucking what else? Rim protect, take off and protect the rim. Like I miss where it was a takeover where it's like I'm actually dominating this. Whereas like these takeovers, I really don't like it. So hopefully they can emphasize on the takeovers and make it real better. And I hope they not making like I like the cat burgers, and I wonder what he's saying is like, are we gonna be able to like unlock where you know where it was saying like where it had the locks at on that attribute where you couldn't upgrade. Maybe you can go past that max potential. Maybe I don't know. That would be kind of decent. Maybe I can go past that max potential. But it seems like they still leading on them all around builds. We still probably gonna have the same builder, but it seem like more attributes. Let's keep going.
Abilities, that is not going to be as intimidating anymore in 2K26. So we're going to talk about Takeover and Capbreaker soon, but for now, they are back and they are much, much improved.
Okay, interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to hear more about those takeovers. But as we keep things moving, I think this right here was something again that the community will talk about throughout the life cycle of like any 2K game, and it's my player build diversity. So
what's that about?
yeah, well, what are we talking about there?
My player build diversity.
Yeah, so build diversity is really important.
Diversity?
And
What's this
the dev
about?
team has been working hard to ensure that whether you have a short build, a tall build, or somewhere in between, that there are ways that you can be effective on the court. So when we get to the full 2K26 builder reveal, or when some of our creators have their hands on the builder later in the summer, you will hopefully notice some of the changes that are striving to hit that goal of build diversity. But that is it for my player for now. There are many, many more details that we just can't share today. I'm excited for what's coming up though.
Yeah, man. I see.
Alright, from what I heard, so I'm going off of base this year. Base this year, everybody went little guard. Everybody was crying from season 1 to up until you knew like if you know and you know like the 6'8" to 6'10" was the best build because it's 6'6". Like if you made a 6'6", you wanted to go 86 feet ball when you didn't really have to. But if you knew like 6'8", 6'10", 6'7", all them bigger guard builds, them builds were tough. Like I had a 6'8" shooting guard that I ran all year. I had probably about 4 or 5 of them, and they're tough. So would it seem like the big guards are gonna get more? It seemed like he said the big guards gonna be more diversity. That's what I'm getting from it. Like seeing how this year went. Like people complaining that the big guards not having the best animation, the good animations to do stuff. Seem like these big guards coming back and they're gonna be meta. Even though I really feel like they didn't lead. 2K just tried to cap us out and hold us down this year. But I ain't mad at that. I'm big guard, you over here.
This little sneak peek right here for me, just as someone that's a fan of the game, makes me really excited, and I definitely want to hear the rest of it. But just a reminder again for everybody in the chat, the full My Player Builder reveal will be the week of August 4th. So
Okay.
put that on your calendar.
August
You're looking
4th.
forward to that. Week of August 4th will be the full My Player Builder reveal. With that being said, next up is my team.
Hey,
So
I
all
don't
my
play
team
my
fans
team.
lock in. And
I don't play my team, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm finna skim. Finna skim when we get to my career.
is that where we get it here?
Yes, you are correct. So, my career is a really important mode to us because so many of you love playing in your NBA careers. Makes sense, right? Who doesn't want to make themselves, put them on an NBA team? It's fun. So, this year, the dev team has spent time building out a full prelude story that is called Out of Bound. Title of it? Now, we're not going to spoil how the story goes, of course, but what we can say is that there are now more consequences to the story games and your choices. So, for example, if you've got a game and your goal is to outshine your opponent, but you fail, your agent might not be able
I
to
don't know
get
how
you the
much I
best
care about
opportunities because you didn't pass
But
those
it's
objectives.
seeming like
So it
they
makes
going
things
to
more
like a
interesting.
story
And
mode from, like,
personally, every
which
year,
one was it?
I still start with my
2K17,
career for at least a few
2K16?
hours before I go into multiplayer in the city
2K17,
and
they
all
going back
that.
to like them
So
story
I'm
mode. Probably
excited
seem
to
like we're
play
gonna
through
be
this
able
out
to
of
pick a
bounds
college
storyline
again.
myself. Hope you guys are as well.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I can
Yes,
see they
sir.
doing something like
Also,
that.
where will you go in the NBA draft? It looked like the draft is back.
Well, ultimately, you want to get drafted to the NBA, right? I don't think
Okay.
that's a spoiler.
All right, we're going
The best of both worlds in 2K26.
That's cool. We're gonna
So this
skip
year,
to the
you
city.
can be drafted based on your performance and how well you
Let's
fit
get
each
to the
team.
city.
NBA reveal will be the week of August 18. And lastly, but certainly not
We'll
least,
go to
we
the
have the city.
What are you talking about?
Dive in there.
What are you talking about?
See, we got some
How
heat to
could
talk
we
about.
forget about the city? I
are
see
they
many
talking about
people
in
in
the
the chat
city?
have been asking us to get to this. Hurry up and
Come
hurry up.
on.
Well,
Come
we are
on.
going to talk about the city a little bit.
Come on.
And I did want to talk about it first a little bit in general, because in years past,
Go ahead,
we've heard the
Evan.
feedback about how intimidating the city was, right? We talked about this before, and 2K25 was a huge step to
Alright.
actioning on that feedback. I personally noticed
Yeah,
it right away
2K25
this
city
past
was
year,
great.
and I think
I
much of the
know,
community
like the city wise, like it was quick. Like it was small, rec right there, theater right there, like stage, everything was compact. Like I'm cool with that. I don't need no big ass city to be moving around, motherfucker. Like I don't even like that in real life.
did as well. Now, we want to get you on the court faster. So this year in 2K26, without showing you the city, because we can't do that just yet, how I would describe it is it's even more intimate, it's
Okay.
even more accessible, and you can get wherever you want to go really quickly to further build on that big shift last year. So if you've heard the words the city come up before and you
Alright.
thought about that really big map with streets and turns everywhere, that is not how the city is now, and I think you're going to really like the one in 2K26. But what sneak peeks do we have for the community stacks? Because there's a very cool one here.
Let me hear.
Yeah. So first up, it says there's even more ways to flex and show off in the city.
What do you mean by
Tell us
that?
what that means,
More
Evan.
ways to flex in the city.
Right. So all of you in the community love to flex. When we get into August, something you can expect to hear about are multiple new ways of how we're putting a spotlight on players. And one that we thought we would be cool to talk about today, as an example, it's not too big of a spoiler, is our new mode leaderboards. So these rank
leaderboards?
players by the most wins in places like the theater and the rec. And the cool thing is, the top player each day is going to have a big 12-foot statue of their My Player built outside of that mode's building. So if you are the number one player that day, whenever somebody walks in, you are going to be looking down on them, kind of intimidating them. So that is just one example. We
Right.
can't talk about the other new additions here.
I mean that's cool. I ain't that cool or whatever. You feel me? Just don't make it to where people trying to grind that bitch just to get some reward, you know. But I mean that ain't nothing crazy. It's cool, whatever. I don't care.
Just yet, but you will hear more very soon later in the summer. There is one more very cool thing though, Stacks,
All right,
that I
come
have
on.
been waiting to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
What is
Talk
it?
about it.
Yeah. So this one right here, in terms of people that play in the park and stuff like that, this is
Okay.
probably the number one thing. And I noticed like a theme throughout this thing is a lot of community feedback.
All right.
But it says right here the park gets a makeover. Evan,
All right. What
we
they
need
talking about?
to know what's going
what
on.
type of
with this.
makeover we getting?
All right, so we're gonna
Yeah.
end on one that I think many of you will be really,
Come on.
really happy to hear, because the park is getting a lot of love in 2K26,
Okay.
and we want to call out now that the new designs are focused on more natural
Okay.
and more grounded environments.
All right.
Because the feedback about what direction many of you want to see the park environments go in, that has been
None of that
heard.
more
So
robotic
this year
shit.
you can expect to see designs like ones that are more similar to courts that maybe you might see in the real world.
Outside my
Maybe in your
neighborhood,
cities
right?
or
In my-
neighborhoods, you
Alright.
might see courts.
Cause
like
I don't see no robotic
and
park
one
in
more
my
thing
neighborhood.
here on
I
visuals
don't
is
see
that
no
there
more
are
of them
also new
flying
lighting
cars
improvements
and
and
nothing.
a
I don't
fixed
see
time
nothing
of
like that.
day. And the benefit of that
Yeah,
is
fix
that it should reduce the amount of harsh shade
Okay.
and harsh sunlight that you may have noticed in the past
Okay.
when you were playing. Both of those things, I am sure, are very welcome news. I keep seeing those brought up. So, Stacks, I
Alright.
hope the community is happy with them. I see a lot of W's in the chat. That is something that we've been waiting to say for a while, that the scenery in the parks is going to be more natural and more grounded, and the lighting improvements should make the harsh shade and the harsh sunlight a little bit more accessible for you all, less of a bother when you are playing. But Stacks, that is going to do it for our sneak peek. I think the community got some nice little information here. What do you think?
Yeah. is just a sneak peek as far as the that in my
All right.
and I really
Cover 9.
That's it. Alright, so from what I just got off of that right there, like we've been saying we want natural parts. Like 2K been saying it. And one thing I'm noticing, 2K pay a lot of attention to Twitter, I feel like. If you really agree with what I just said, drop it down below in the comments. Give your opinion on this. I really think they pay a lot of attention to Twitter. When you think about it, the parks, that was all on Twitter. Um, Diversity of bills, Twitter. Like all that stuff at Twitter. They pay a lot to the stuff on Twitter, I feel like. But I ain't gonna say this is a crazy W. I think it's cool to hear that they giving us some good details. And hey, I'm looking forward to the rest. You know, I ain't gonna be nobody who gonna hate automatically. But I gotta see how the game go first. I know I'm gonna buy it anyway. But you feel me? Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Q Rich, and I'm out.